Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Roxy just liked it, so that means we're ready.
That means we're ready to
It's
go.
official
Thank you,
now.
Roxy.
Roxy has blessed our podcast.
Thank you, Roxy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Get Reelisms Podcast. I'm Adam.
We have a begrudging guest.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish my intro.
Oh shit.
Right on my intro. And I'm not sure if I wanted to point that out, but it really bothers me as somebody who probably has OCD. That is not
My bad.
That is not cool.
Libby. Go do it again.
Anybody in the comment section, let us know if I should repeat my intro. Give us a like. I'm kidding. I'm going to do the intro again because Christine messed it up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Get Reelisms Podcast. I am Adam Chase Rennie.
And I'm Christine Chen and
Kelly Penna.
Yay!
Hey!
I was just really excited about our guest.
Yeah, I am too. It's been a minute since I've seen Kelly. I'm so excited to see her. And then you still had to trample on our always and forevers. Stressing me out.
Always impatient AD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't turn it off. You know that.
So stressful. Episode 66, ladies and gentlemen, with special guest Kelly Penna. Hi, Kelly.
Hello. I don't know where to look. Which do I look
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should look at this one.
at?
Yeah.
The green light?
The
Okay.
green light. Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna.
We were
There
here.
we go.
We were here because we were doing the Black Friday sales packaging. So it was super fun because this time we have international orders, and that was on accident. I was like, why do we have an order from Australia? I was like, I thought I turned that off, but I apparently forgot to turn off the international order option. So now we officially ship internationally.
Yeah.
Yay!
Whoops.
Whoopsies. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, we have an order from the UK, an order from Australia, an order from France, Pedro. Yeah. Personally packed your stuff today. So which is pretty cool.
The Black Friday deals are flying off the shelves, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And these ladies are hard at work. You are still on set, right, Christine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I definitely got calls during my break about stuff. My dad's like, it's Thanksgiving break. I'm like, Dad's not I literally am not on a break. He's like, but last time I was done with the film and I was about to start another film. It was an actual break. I was like, I'm not on break. This is just on paper. Like, oh, because it's a holiday, like we're going to give you a day off, but you're not really off.
You're just working in a different location.
Yeah, you're just remote working.
Yeah, with Turkey, which I'll take that. So yeah, no, I had a call yesterday night and night before that about locations and surprise COVID scares and all that stuff. So super fun.
Oh, how was your Thanksgiving, Kelly?
It was good. I went back to Houston and visited the in-laws and family I haven't seen since 2019. And we were all vaccinated, so
before the pandemic, pre-pandemic.
Yeah, before the pandemic.
The pandemic.
Pandemic.
The alternative name, ladies and gentlemen, is the Panda Express for the pandemic.
Yeah. So it was good. It was chill. I do not get calls usually. Well, no, that's not true.
I was gonna say that's not true. You get work. You get work.
It wasn't too bad.
Oh, this week you said? When?
Yeah, I have a shoot coming up on the 2nd, and I finished a commercial like the week before Thanksgiving.
Well, look at that. You're working too.
Yeah, trying.
Yeah, dude. And God bless you for it. Especially during the holiday season too. It feels like for me, I don't really this is like usually the time for me to just hunker down and hibernate.
Yeah.
I'm
when
kidding.
did you finish? When did you finish your shoot?
Oh, that shoot was done Saturday, the past Saturday.
Look at us. We're so popular.
I don't know about that. I
It's so
honestly didn't.
working.
Yeah, I didn't. That shoot. I mean, I talked about it ad nauseum in the last episode. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But it was a shoot. This past Thanksgiving was just, that was already a chore and a half. So I'm still in recovery. It's only Sunday and I'm still recovering.
Was it a good chore and a half? Like it was, or was it just stressful? Are holidays just stressful?
Holidays are just an abomination for me. They just, it's not like, it's always a stressful thing with my family. I don't know what it is. It always has to be a giant to do with everything. My mom, this is like everything to her, the holidays.
Aww.
So like Thanksgiving is it's nice, but you can only go so far with two Republicans sitting opposite side from you. You know what I mean? Like you can only go so far in a conversation before you just want to take a butter knife and just go crazy.
Just a butter knife, not even a steak knife. You're gonna make.
Well, I just don't want to be violent in a very friendly, family-friendly show.
That's a great skit. Do like a Tarantino-esque Thanksgiving, a Tarantino Thanksgiving, and you just start off in the conversation. You just see like steak knives fly and all this other stuff, and then briefly, and everybody's dead, and then it cuts back to like just somebody staring blankly at another person.
It's just a Mexican standoff on who's going to get each other
exactly. But like that's all happened in his or her head. I think that'd be fun. Like
that would be a great spec commercial if it was for like the plastic silverware you use.
I know, that's true.
Because they didn't snap.
It just snaps in his or her hand. That's funny.
You didn't break a knife with your hand? What? Yes.
No, like because it's plastic ware, so you can't so it snaps.
Right. No, I got it. I was making a joke. It was nothing. Never mind.
Okay, sorry.
I moved past it. I'm still recovering, guys. I'm just in shambles. That's why I forgot about the podcast today. So sorry about my tardiness.
Dare you?
I know. I was like, but
honestly, I would love to throw myself into traffic for what I've done. I should even. But this weekend, especially this past Thursday, holy smokes, folks, it is. Whew. Like I think I need like a month off. Like I think I need past like December, and then I can finally like have an hour conversation with my
Aww.
I'm just you know how it is. You guys are not stressed out during the holidays? Come on. Am I the only one? You guys don't get stressed out during the holidays?
Board games.
I'm the only one.
Decreased my stress. Yes. So I bought Catan and I bought a Century Spice World, or I think that's what it's called, Century Spice Road, and my parents really love them. And so now
that's actually sweet.
It feels like there's tension. I'm like, let's play a game.
That is so fun, though. You see, I can't do that. My mom would just start a fight before we play a game. It was just like,
play a game now.
Yeah, that's so awesome, though. Like you guys just like settle each other's differences over
a game.
That's
I've won all of them.
That's it. We're settling this. Where's the Monopoly?
Yeah, we're settling once for it all. Catan.
You just settle only family differences by just board games alone.
Board games. That's another funny skit. I like that.
Also, that should be like a part of a therapy session. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I will let your mother win, or I'll let you win if you guys face each other and buy each other out in the end of Monopoly.
It's short script.
So you guys are gonna play a 6-hour game of Monopoly, and whoever buys each other's property first, they win the argument.
This is actually a very funny skit. Not skit, but a very funny short film idea. Just like it starts off being like a very benign, typical board game, and then they start getting to their problems
Yeah.
and stuff, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it's like
All the issues
come out, and then they solve it between like some intense like one-off for some property or whatever it is, and then they finally get out of the solution. I think it's you can shoot it super dramatic. Yeah. With face off. Yeah. That's actually a very funny short film idea.
Mm-hmm.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? That was less than 2 minutes, and we already came up with another script. That was insane. That was crazy.
That's how it's written. And I've like already am like, okay, because that's
she's like, how can I do this? When
like,
can I do this? Who can I bring on?
Put this on. Yeah, who would be in it? Who can I call right now? Who's on the team? No, this is great.
Whose house can I use?
It's a one location, and it's actually.
And I think we can
funny.
shoot it in like less than 48 hours. Are you guys free tomorrow?
You joke, but you think
I know.
we haven't done this?
We've done
before?
that. We've totally
You guys done
that.
it plenty of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done that plenty of times. That's why it's like no
Yeah.
longer surprising at all. So.
Well, we definitely have to address the superior background in this podcasting game, which Kelly has fucking annihilated.
Yes, because this is what happens when you're friends with.
Can you bring the camera, like the Instagram source, closer to all the good shit that Kelly got set up? That shit's dope. It's so rad.
Dope. Yeah, see how
it's just a lot of the stuff I like too. But shelves are hard.
Yeah,
making shelves look good.
Shelves are very difficult.
I'm still not good at the negative space thing too. A lot of people do. It's more like, no, more stuff.
Right.
It's empty. Why
and
would
I'm
you
literally like negative space Andy here, just fucking, with nothing except that.
Except
and
your
the light.
glowing personality.
That's so sweet. That is so nice. That is probably the nicest thing you ever said to me.
That's not true. I've said nicer stuff.
I know.
Kelly's
I'm
very
not a
nice.
jerk.
What are you talking about?
All
Kelly's
the
so
time?
nice.
No, you are the absolute nicest to me. Both of you guys are.
Very nice,
Adam.
Adam.
You both are very nice to me. You both brought me into this world. You can easily take me out of it as well. Either of you, if you really want to. And Kelly can actually kill me too. She can actually like put me in a headlock and actually kill me. And Christine too. But that,
you're too
why would
fun,
you do
and
that?
I would never do that.
Thank you. There was something I was going to bring up. Oh, the set you're on, Christine. How much left do you have on the shoot?
I end on December 10th, so I've got like about two and a half weeks. I guess 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, so it's in the middle of December for you?
Yeah. I mean, I've been on it since November. Wait, when was? It's been.
It was the beginning of November.
It's a 6 week. It's a 27 days. So I've already done.
But then,
3
like
weeks.
2 episodes ago, Christine was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be done in the beginning of December."
No, middle of December.
Middle of December. God damn.
Christine has no concept of long
Time
anymore.
Zero.
Long form of time. Months,
No.
weeks, days.
It all just rolls.
Hours turn into days, and then days turn into months. Yeah, so on and so forth.
She was just talking about a short we did probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And she was like, that was 10 years ago. And I was like, no, it wasn't.
Time goes by very fast in my brain.
Well, and Christine still thinks like I'm on like a lot of shoots that I was really like I was never a part of. Like it was way before my time. Like way before my time. Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like, you were there. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And she's like, no, yeah, you were.
And I was like,
no.
oh crap. Then who was the art department?
Yeah. And then I remember one time Christine was like, yeah, and then Adam helped with Gloria. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
Hang on. Oh, hold on. What? Way before my time. Don't.
But that's a great thing about Christine is like once you're on her team, she thinks you've always been there forever.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
like
it's
it's
actually
like
kinda
it's
nice.
on
That is
everything.
really nice because I'm timeless in Christine's eyes.
yes, exactly.
The only person I know like is Roxy because she's in a different state. So like, at least
Yeah,
I'm like,
man,
oh,
I wish
Roxy definitely could have been there because that was a different state. But like, yeah, everybody else, it's like, oh yeah, you were totally there. People are like, you're what?
Was I? I don't think so.
Yeah. So no, I'm still very much. It's got another 2 weeks to go. These next 2 weeks are going to be interesting because before that we were in a stationary location for like a walkaway type thing. We're going to be homeless for the next 2 weeks. Like it's like
real locations,
bouncing around. So that should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Like tomorrow, I know we're going to be at Yard Bar for part of it, and then we have a company moved to Peace Park. So and there's like a lot of construction happening at Peace Park and everything. I believe our line producer is over there looking at the location right now, probably for
Oh, Peace Park, the one that was the graffiti.
near that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know how traffic is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I had. That was my yeah. When I was like, oh shit, we have a company move. Oh no, it's Peace Park. Oh no. And then our line producer, he hasn't worked in Austin in a while. He's been LA based. He just has no clue. I was like, Paul, you gotta get down there. I was like,
there's
get down there, freak out a little bit.
What time
there's
are
no such thing as free parking.
It's not good
anywhere
parking.
in Austin.
No.
Anywhere. There's no such thing as free parking.
Nobody should shoot downtown Austin. Nobody.
No.
It's stupid. It's a logistical nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But remember when we could do that for fun employment?
Yeah.
And it was so easy. I still look back fondly on those days. Like you could park anywhere and it was free. It was great.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, all the landmarks in Austin
were all free and easily accessible.
Yeah.
Like going to Jacobs, you can't get into Jacobs Well now without like a pass, and it's like you have to reserve it months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
It is so ridiculous that my roommate Carl, he invited me to go with him to Jacobs Well about 3 weeks ago because his friend was like, I've had this pass for like 2 months now. I have to go or I don't know if I'll ever get to go type thing. And it rained and we're like, fuck it. We're going to go jump into the rain. So that was a new experience for me. I experienced Jacobs Well in pouring rain. It was great. Yeah. We were going to be wet anyway. So we were just in there. It was raining. It was actually quite nice. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was like, and that's where so-and-so jumped off. And Roxy pulled her entire, makeup kit up that rock, and up that hill.
Jacobs Well, that's when we were there in like October too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Holy shit. Right in the beginning of the fall, just like when the temperature drops randomly. It really.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
The funny thing is, if you were out of the water, it wasn't bad. It was like maybe between like 75 and like 83. So it was nice. But if you were in the water, river water is different. It's very cold. So if you're just sitting in that water all day and it's not 100 degrees.
Pruning up.
It's a little different.
Yeah. It's true. Good point.
Yep. No clue. Because I was an ignorant director back then. I look back, I'm like, I cannot believe we made that film. I still look back at it, but that was another time.
We could have only made it
Yes.
Well, yeah, and now everything's so congested in Austin now. So many people. No thanks to the Californians. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam.
Shit. Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. But the landmarks here are still beautiful, nonetheless. Here in the fact that you guys. Well, yeah, and the fact that you guys got the shots that you got. I mean, Brad and I talked about it on the couch
at a whole music festival.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. Like it. Was it Brad or was it you that brought it up during the couch sessions for the now newly deceased Unemployment podcast? We did the commentary in Brad's apartment, and you talked. I think it was you or Brad who talked about it was like it's so crazy how we shot it, like as if it's such a pretty decent budget film with absolutely no budget.
Yeah. No, we did it. Kelly and I
0.
slept in Kelly's car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Real-
Utopia Fest is 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, right.
it rained. Lots of people's cars got stuck.
We talked about
we slept in Kelly's car. Yeah.
Wow.
And we camped. The scene had camping in it, but it rained, so like it leaked.
Mm-hmm. And wasn't it like a trade-off? Like we could film there and film the festival if you stayed, and then film stuff.
Yeah.
For the
festival as well.
Yeah. For them to use in like their advertisements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically we got to do it for free.
It was great. Yeah, we did the festival for free. Went behind the stage for stuff, just like randomly for different like name like bands and stuff, just filming. And
that's a fucking awesome experience. And you got to go backstage.
You know what? It was. It's funny because like
because I've done the same shit, by the way. I've slept in a car at a festival just as a general admission dummy with a bunch of dudes in a Toyota Corolla. It was terrible. Yeah, it was
I at least
awful.
had an SUV where the seats folded flat. A Corolla?
We were at a Corolla, dude.
Oh no, that sounds very painful.
My legs, like how I slept was like I slept like there's a center there's a center console on the in the car.
Was that your pillow?
That was basically my pillow, and the middle console in the back seat where you can actually have access to the trunk, my feet were sticking out there. So.
That's funny.
And then sometimes, and because it was the warmest, because we were at Coachella. I know, crazy, but it was so far away from our house, like from where we are in the Bay Area. It was like about a 6-hour drive. Mm-hmm. And we just stayed through the entire weekend, and our dumb idiot brain didn't think about getting a hotel, so we slept in the car. And we got this like makeshift like tent that we bought like as an emergency, and we used it, but it was just such a shitty experience. But like we were only general admission. Like, that's the thing. Like, we were only general admission, so we didn't, like, have, like, a backstage pass. It was just not worth it. So anybody going to these festivals, sleeping in cars, like, I always say that's not worth it. But in your guys' case, you're shooting shit. That's even better. You're more productive than I was.
It was fun.
Well, and the thing is, too, since it was raining, it was actually cooler. So it wasn't like, this is Texas. It could have been, like, middle of July. It could have been like still like 89 degrees at night, but no, it wasn't bad. We were just like
raining. There was a lot of mud. Yeah.
But that was the worst of it. It was just rain and mud.
It was. It's funny because I was saying like the more sets we do, the more I appreciate fun employment.
Yeah.
And what it was, because now it's like. Any little bit it's a logistical nightmare. Anything. It's like, okay, so now we're gonna shoot downtown. Okay, where can we get parking for 50 people? We can't. So, okay, so then there's crew parking, and then there's BG parking, and then there's a base camp that's far away, and then like base camp comes with a lot of baggage. It's like we've got the PMO, we've got the production trailer, and then this other trailer, and then like cast trailers, and it's like it's just a whole thing. And it was just simpler then. It wasn't professional or whatever, but like it was just the fact that it was so much simpler. I don't know. It was a lot. I look at it fondly.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely. And the thing is, even though we didn't have a budget, everything was guerrilla, which is fine. We still were able to get it done, and it's a full-fledged movie. And no, it's not it's not Shakespeare, but it's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's pretty great, actually. I love watching that movie. Yeah.
Fun employment you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I still watch it. I'm like, this is a solid movie. Like it has been. I feel like it's only going to become more and more like relevant, interesting because of how much Austin is changing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're parking downtown. We're like, some of these places don't exist anymore, and it's hard. There was an Austin music hall where we shot, you and I shot stuff with, there was a venture capitalist like convention going on.
Yeah. The Black Box Theater.
Yeah, we went in there for free, got on the stage, faked the whole thing as if we had a giant audience, and it totally sells. And that place is torn down now. It's no longer there. It used to be next to the Austin Ballet place. It's not there anymore. I think it's condos right now.
Yeah.
Black Box theaters that we were in. We just had access to stuff simply because we were crazy and passionate, and
it's in the industry wasn't booming.
It wasn't at all
then like it is now. So now there's so many productions going on that the property in Austin knows its worth now, basically. So it's like, no, you're not going to get stuff for free if it's a big production. We need to be compensated, which is fair, but we got lucky in the beginning, basically.
We got lucky with everything, with people, with.
How many times did we were shooting at a gas station off of Martin Springs, and another van rolled up with someone you knew who was shooting on a different production, and they just gave us all their leftover crafty.
Yeah.
In the middle of our shot. And we didn't have any crafty, period.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
They're like, "Oh, you want some snacks?"
Yeah.
I was like,
pulled out a whole cooler.
Wow.
Like, here you go.
Here's all the snacks. We're like, you guys got snacks?
Just a rad crafty
That's when
donation.
I learned.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a rule. You're supposed to feed people after 6 hours. Like I didn't know. I didn't know it was a rule. And I was like, oh shit.
But then we had snacks.
And we had snacks,
Right.
And then we had food because I made the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we all felt better after that. It was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, that's wild. It was so wild. We shot, we were everywhere in Austin. Everywhere. Yeah, where were we not? We were downtown all over the place because the main hub was
But I bet you guys are happy that you both captured that history at that time, for what it was,
What it was.
Well, I mean,
especially through all the shit that you guys were like, we didn't know what we were doing. It's like, yeah, but you still captured good fucking material. It's a great fucking movie. It's awesome.
Even some of the graffiti spots, even some of the classic, graffiti spots in Austin.
I don't know if they're there
Like,
anymore.
no, some of them are, but like trying to just get a clean frame with no other people in it is impossible. And we did.
Yeah.
We were there when nobody was like there
Nobody
taking
cared.
selfies.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Influencers fucking taking selfies and shit.
Yeah. No, we have such iconic places that like it's just hard to get to now. And we didn't know what we had. And but like I think that's the cool thing is like that's a film that will just continue to grow even more and more special as our sets get more complicated because of how bloated they have to be to function now.
Yeah.
Professionally. So
more money, more problems.
more money, more problems is so true. And it's funny because it's the same way I can say about Erzulie. Like it was hard because we had minimal resources, but like I feel like when we do get a bigger budget, we're going to be like, man, remember the time when it was so easy to just accomplish this thing? Because I could just ask Kelly and Kelly just do it. Now I have to ask like one other person to tell this other person to tell Ben to tell like or like Kelly and then
You
like
got steps to get to me.
10 other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing
Kelly got 7 middlemen that you have to get through.
yeah,
before you get
it's
to her.
so weird. Yeah, and then I don't know, it's just and I just watched this film. Like I got off the plane, I was watching it, and I have like 10 more minutes of it, but I should have just watched those 10 minutes because we definitely did not touch down until for another 20 minutes. So I should have just watched the 10 minutes, snuck it. But I watched the full thing and it's good. It's a legitimate movie. And I mean, I'm on a $2.8 million rom-com right now, and it's the same shit. It literally is the same problems. It's the same problems. Logistics and honestly, there's probably more problems. Yeah. So
I bet.
so it's kind of just like, yeah, you can always raise more money and stuff like that, but more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Bigger the project, the bigger the problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be that way. And I just feel like as we continue to progress in our careers, we'll always look back at these little sets. I look at our shorts, and I have such good memories of that. Like our first short, or A Bird's Nest, you were on. Fuck.
No.
No, that was Roxy.
That was
Roxy.
Roxy.
Wasn't. Which one did you?
It
come
was
on? Two Roads.
Yeah,
Two
Two
Roads was
Roads.
the one that you were on.
Yeah.
What were you doing on The Bird's? Where were you?
Um,
I definitely knew you at that
Kelly
point.
also had another life before film.
when did y'all shoot that? It was like
A Bird's Nest was in the middle of post-production for Fun Employment, so I definitely knew you then.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you doing?
But you had your other career, right?
I don't remember.
Maybe we just couldn't
I
afford-
might have been
Maybe
on
not.
a trip or something.
Maybe that was what it was.
I think it was like specifically, it was like the timing of it. I think it was.
Now I
somewhere
remember
else.
that though. You're right, because I was art department. Yeah.
And then she was like never again.
Yeah.
We
So
just have
I look
similar
back at my
tastes. I
friends.
just thought by
Yeah,
by
no,
coincidence
I
you
was
were there.
Adam Duncan and I were both art department. We cleared out. He used a weed whacker and cleared out the spot in the forest, and then we dragged a boat and then like tied up some shit and made it look like a camp. And
And the tent they use is from Fun Employment. So technically it's the tent I made
this
for Fun
is
Employment.
true. We repurposed some stuff.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I would love people to see how much stuff we repurposed in our short films, because that tent got repurposed multiple times.
I still have fabric from that
Yeah,
thing. You
it
don't
was-
waste materials.
Yeah, it was from Fun Employment. Then it went to A Bird's Nest, and then went to Two Roads for the for her fort.
Yep.
Two Roads for her fort, and then I'm sure it's going to appear somewhere at some point again.
Yeah.
So it's just, but again, everything fit in a Prius. That was our first, for sure. Everything fit in the Prius. Then the second one was the same thing. Two Roads, everything fit in a Prius. And then Yalabi, we didn't bring that much stuff for Yalabi either. You're on that one.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
We use a lot of stuff that was already.
there. So everything fit
locations.
in a Prius again. And then it was like Shakespeare in the Range, where we're like, holy shit, we have a truck.
That one was more involved. That one.
That
I had a bunch of stuff in my car.
Yeah,
I had
that
all
one was
the
a
art stuff in
game
my car.
changer.
Yeah.
That one was like, we have 15 extras, and we're in a.
That's when you became wardrobe.
Yeah, I was also wardrobe. Yeah, that one we upped the game in that one,
Yeah.
and then I'll always remember the moment we were sitting in Northwood acting studio, Garrett's acting studio,
Mhm.
and it was you, me, and Roxy, and we were about to leave basically, and I was doing like the last of the returns or whatever it was. We sat there, and we're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That one is honestly one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Absolute favorites we did, because the whole crew that came on was just so much fun, and we were definitely in it together. And it was an adventure, and even all of our actors were great and chill, and like
It was
definitely an
quite
adventure.
an adventure. Yeah. Remember Taylor sitting on the prison toilet filming.
Yeah.
And then we had to make it look functional. We're literally figuring this shit out on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, oh, this door doesn't move. Oh, it needs power. Oh, there is no power. Oh, let's like our gaffer is gonna mix
Southern
Jimmy.
engineering.
Yeah, Southern Engineering, get us free power. It was.
Which, by the way,
Don't do that.
don't do that.
It's not safe. Actually,
I think Greg has like technically an electrician.
I think
license.
he's an electrician. Yeah.
So
actually.
like certified electrician. So that's the only
Right.
reason it was semi okay.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things we
I
did
get
that
it.
were not okay, but we did them because we had no clue that they were not okay. But yeah, that was a whole ordeal. That was a really fun one.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And then it was Gloria, and then it became a whole different, another upgrade because it was all
period pieces
and art heavy.
Very art heavy.
Shakespeare.
No, we did The Earth Below right after that. That was also pretty art heavy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was the first. Okay, was The Earth Below before Shakespeare in the Range or after? It was after. I was thinking it was the same year. I did 2 films that year. So I did Shakespeare on the Range, and then towards the end, I also did The Earth Below. I think that same year.
Yes, I know it just had Taylor and Matthias on both of them. I just don't know which
order it was. But that was, I think maybe The Earth Below came first, actually.
Yeah, and
what had happened was I got Brave after The Earth Below because I learned that Amazon's very good with returns.
Ah, yes.
Yes. And so then I was like,
accurate.
That's what happened. So I did a whole sci-fi film and did the whole wardrobe for it because that was all white. We just bought every single item that looked cool that was white online and managed to return all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. And there were like 8 people.
Yeah, the dresses, the shoes,
full on
everything.
White, everything. Even the decor we had gotten stuff.
IKEA.
And that's when we learned like, oh, we can up our game now.
Yeah.
Because now we don't have to just use whatever the talent owns. We can buy stuff and return it.
Now the game's
we
changed.
learned real fast what we could do. And that's when we ventured into doing Shakespeare and all the police gear. And so I went nuts on Amazon.
Christine definitely
went nuts. I bought some of it we couldn't return, like the pepper spray and but I had like police batons and like riot stuff and like helmets and I had boxes days on days on days in my
and that one was nice too because like it was mainly like the prison guards the prison guards and the flashback scenes. All the actual prison uniforms were donated by the actual prison
because they felt bad.
Really? Wow.
We were supposed to shoot in a functioning prison. That's the only time I've ever gone to prison. I went and took a field trip in the prison. I was very excited. I went in there and I was like, oh my gosh, look, the real prisoners. Yeah. Like going and walking around and like, and they were excited. The whichever prison guard was what Tori was like, this is great. Yeah, we're totally. And I was like, well, what's going to happen to all the prisoners? They're like, oh, we'll just put them in this other room. I was like, okay, cool. And then I get a call from the who's it? That's the actual
warden.
The warden. And they're like, fuck no. Basically. And I think they felt really bad because they were actually excited. They didn't know that would happen. And so when I was like, so remember all the shit you promised us? Like, it's cool. We can't use the facilities, but like, can we like at least borrow the prison uniforms and stuff? And they were like, yeah, sure.
Because they probably have like a surplus.
Yeah.
Like
so all the prison uniforms were real and we were all borrowed. And then when we went to this abandoned prison that we shot Shakespeare in the Range, we found a plethora of abandoned prison guard uniforms too. Like just abandoned.
Yeah, it was in a big pile. I guess like when they shut it down, they didn't tell them what to do with them. So they're
so then we had a crap load of real like uniforms. We washed them and everything. But it was just awesome. Yeah, we had all this stuff, and all I had to do was accessorize. So I went nuts on Amazon.
Yeah.
That was the one I was very stressed out on.
Yeah.
And I would like message Kelly at 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, be like, do we have gun belts and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then 5 minutes later, don't worry, Kelly, I bought all of it on Amazon.
Yeah, literally, she would just ask a question, not even wait for me to respond, and then find her own solution and be like, okay, well, you're going to get these things. Like, okay.
And I bought it all. It's all good. I handled it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That was the first one. My mother-in-law actually came on set and helped us out, and she basically became our on-set wardrobe, one of our
Wardrobe
on-set
queen.
wardrobe people to like keep track of everything.
Yeah, and that's when we realized the value of having a wardrobe
Yes.
person. We're like, oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
Somebody who's in charge of it. We don't have to run around and like figure out who's wearing what. Like
Yeah.
she did all of that. Yeah. So that was nuts. And then poor Roxy had to do like tattoos on like 20 people, fake tattoos. But yeah, because we had prisoners that we threw Anton in there.
Yeah.
He was a PA, made him a prisoner, gave him lots of face tattoos. Yeah. That was fun.
Made him a Ukrainian mob boss.
But that one I actually had catering. That was the first I had catering too.
Did we?
Yeah, we had remember that one gas station that was really good?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Catered.
Yeah.
And I had to rent a porta potty. It was a legit production.
Yeah.
Like
Production is
logistically,
production.
that was a legit production. I had a porta potty that was there.
We had an armorer who was badass and like and he would literally just bring, because he was a former undercover cop.
Yeah.
And he would
I ran into him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I need his info. But
okay.
I
What
want
the
to
fuck was his name? He was so cool.
Yeah.
I ran into him at a gas station in Shreveport, literally not too long from before I left.
Oh,
so
really?
yeah, I ran into him and we were like, oh my God, he knew my name like already and stuff like that. And we just chatted and he was super nice.
Yeah. He was so cool because he was our onset armor. So he literally brought like 2 giant bags and just like, well, what's happening in this scene? And we would tell him, be like, okay, well, here's what I would recommend is like the options of these 3 guns.
It was nuts. I was like, oh, just any gun. Like, I didn't know. There's like, I didn't think, I'm so ignorant when it comes to weapons and guns and whatever.
He was definitely great to have on set, and he would stay the whole time, make sure it's safe, obviously. And he also acted kind of as our secondary safety and secondary stunt specialist. Yeah, like he wouldn't like interfere with the other stunt guy too much, but he would kind of say like, you know,
that looks real, or I would believe in that, or like, no, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, especially for the guys who are playing I keep thinking security officers, like the prison guards. Thank you. Yeah. He would say, it's like, well, what you would do is pull this first, then do this, you know, from a realistic standpoint. So it was great. And then he would just tell stories to us when he was just hanging out. It was fantastic.
So great. He'd be like, okay, what era? I was like, okay, I think this is the 90s right now. Cool. So are they the kind of gang members who are like on the bottom low income
are they small
scale,
time? Are they big time?
Or are they like dealing with like really big drug money? And I'm like small time town. He's like, okay, well, these are the guns they would use. I was like, mind blown. Yeah. I didn't know.
He was another reason that the production value of that shoot went up.
Rocketing, because, and how did we just such happy accidents.
How did he even end up on that
set? It was because there was one of the prison guards, Danny Zaniletti, it's his buddy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And he was like, hey, I have this guy who's like really good with weapons and everything, former FBI, whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, yeah, I need that because there's guns in my film. Yeah. And so, no, that was awesome. It was the first time we did squibs. Those were awesome. Roxy killed it. And
it was like our first fight scenes,
right? First stunts too. Yeah. First stunts, first squibs, first with extras. Yeah. I think everything before that was a maximum of 4 people. Yeah. Cast wise, max. Because it was besides the Earth Below. The Earth Below was probably the most, but it was still for the most part 2 people for the majority of it. And there was one scene that had like some background people, but like for everything, this one had like 15 prisoners, and like one who like found us on the corner while we were shooting.
Yes. Oh my God.
He was so nice.
Yeah, it was funny. We were scouting a location, another gas station, And these guys were hanging out on the front porch with their family, and we were all standing there talking, and I can't remember which one. One of them shouted like, "Hey,
don't make a movie."
And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Can I be in it?"
We're like, actually.
And I was thinking, I was like, "Wait, we do need extras." I was like, "Yeah, come and talk to her."
Yeah, and
they came over, both of them.
Yeah, and I was like, because we get this all the time. You want extras? We're like, haha, that, you know, sure, you're not gonna even show up. And I was like, it's gonna be really early.
Yeah.
He was there on time, brought a friend, was like very respectful, super cool.
It was, and I think he, after that experience, because he played one of our prisoners.
Yeah.
Like through the whole shoot, and then I think afterwards he signed up for acting classes because he loved it so much.
Aww.
So it was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam. We're on the reminisce.
Yeah, this is the reminiscing podcast today.
Yeah, this is the reminiscent podcast. Let's go.
But no, it's just it's fun. This is good because I've actually been on a reminiscing stage because I think it has.
Because
we're old now.
Oh God, you
that
people.
because we're also old, but also
God,
like it's been
so annoying.
10 years. I think it is that like 10-year, the decade, you know, part from because what Fun Employment was 2000. I mean, we started in 2013, so it's 2000. Yeah, it's almost about 10 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
So it's just fun to go back. It really is not that. Hasn't been that long in the grand scheme of things.
It doesn't feel that long either.
It doesn't feel that far off. Like a bird's nest still feels like it was yesterday. I still feel like I am operating at that level, but like, but then I'm on the set and it's got like, you know, 3 bangers and honey wagons and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's just normal now. But it's just weird because the other stuff really didn't feel like that long ago. And then we just finished a feature, like an investor funded feature that are old and complaining about.
Yeah.
When like, that's why I think Erzulie was so special. It's just like, this is the most resources we've ever had, you know?
That's true.
So it was interesting because there was a mix of old and new, and it was hard to reconcile that, like, hey, some of the people we brought on that had, you know, more experience or whatever are definitely more used to having a certain level of resources and stuff, and we're just here just amazed that we have catering. Just amazed that, like, look, we have a whole crafty session, you know, just amazed that we have stunts and like trucks and stuff. I'm just amazed we had all that stuff. Literally the most resources we've ever had was on Erzulie. And it's just crazy. Because this is what we came from, was everything fit in a car. And then we had a truck for, that's always a story when I remember showing up at the prison and I'd never met Greg before.
Good old Greg.
Good old art gaffer. And he had carts of stuff. And I was like, oh, somebody else shooting a movie here. It's crazy. He's like, oh, I'm here for, you know, Shakespeare. I'm like, oh shit, that's our stuff. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, he's with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. And then let's see, after Shakespeare, Gloria, we were saying Gloria, we upped her game again because it was period.
It was period piece. It was art heavy. It was lots of extras who were.
It was overnight.
All green. All never been on a film set before.
Yeah.
That, and I think part of it, not difficult, but it was new to us because it was also like half the crew was from Louisiana and the other half was from Austin.
Yeah.
And usually it's like when we've done it before, the core of the film, of the key positions was always from Austin. So now this was an experience of like, you know, getting used to each other and like
different people,
yeah,
like, expanded our circle.
Yeah.
A bit more. So I think, you're right. Up to that point, it's been like the Austin crew, right? And it's an Austin selected crew. The core, you know, Kelly, Roxy, Jason Cates, that was pretty much the core. And then it kept growing, and then the Taylor, and stuff like that, and then this was like, art department, we got Camille and Jennifer, and Camille brought her people on, so we had like her hair people, her, like, it was a whole world I never see. I've been so not terrified, just knowing that I didn't have the resources to do stuff at that level, and then seeing like Camille in the background doing a beehive on somebody, I'm just being like mind blown, like, wow, we're doing a period piece. I think that year that was on my New Year's resolution, like, hey, I want to do a period piece. Then we did like so many period pieces. We did that one. I was on the importance of sex education, which was a 70s piece, and then honestly, Shakespeare in the Range transcended a few decades difference too. It was the 90s, the 80s, and the 2000s and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then we did 2 films that year. It was that and Not Your Ordinary Hero. Yeah. And then the following year it was en route, right? Yep. The only year we Fluke did not get in, but that's okay. And that was
the winner.
That was we did a whole winner, and it was awesome. I still watch it and I'm like, that's pretty badass. Yeah. That was cool. Our winner. And that was the feature we were supposed to do, but then did a mermaid one instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That literally was the feature we were supposed to do. All planned out. That was initially what one of our investors was signed up for, was that feature. And I was like, hey, guess what? We're totally not doing that one. Doing this other film is going to be awesome as well. Yeah, so you should be on that. Yeah. And and then we were on so now we're done with it. And it's coming out next year. There's a tentative date. It's May. It's coming out. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So it was supposed
Catch
to
it May 2022.
I would have had to have delivered all these stuff before Thanksgiving, and I tried. I couldn't. It was killing me.
It's Thanksgiving. It's the most stressful time of the year.
The movie's gonna come out exactly a year after we filmed it.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So now I got to think about what else we can make. or my casting crew will kill me.
Yeah, I got to quickly write some shit so we could put all of us
It
to
will
work.
Definitely not be in the swamps. That's all I can say. Like, definitely will not be in the swamps.
A part of me is still there in the swamps somewhere.
I still, there's a part of me that wants to do it where we go back to our core and I do just multiple days, a lot longer, so we're not rushing or something as much. And it's like and it's less people, just like 10 people or whatever, and just a much simpler storyline. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I have an idea, but we'll see. But go somewhere cool like Hawaii.
Yeah.
So that people won't get mad at me, because it's like, hey, dude, it's like you guys have technically a vacation in Hawaii.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and you guys got places to stay, like at my family's house. There's like three families that all have like homes that I know in Oahu. And they'll be like, oh, Rana, Miss Hollywood, come film here. Yeah. They would love it. So I'm fucking down.
Wait. For reals?
Yeah, what did I just say? Yeah. they're out of their minds. Some of my family, most of them are actually out of their minds. But
be careful what you say, Adam. I remember these things.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, which islands? On Oahu?
On Oahu. I don't remember where specifically. I know it's near Waimanalo, but I mean, that's a really big fucking town. It's a big chunk of the island.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they live, but somewhere there.
I've been itching to figure out how I can get back to Hawaii and shoot something.
You already did.
I know, but that was a documentary and it was like not mine. Yeah. It was
Yeah, I
last
get
minute.
it.
It was pretty cool. I learned
Yeah.
a lot. I saw a lot of what castrating or is
Castration.
castrating cows was like. Yeah, it was really intense. Yeah.
God, that.
Yeah, but that's I would like to do something like that.
But
okay
surely
with
you
going
guys
to Hawaii.
feel. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kelly. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm okay with going to Hawaii.
Oh, dude.
I've never been.
Yeah.
It's magical. It's so magical.
Do you guys feel like though you've grown creatively though since like kind of like looping back around from Fun Employment to Erzulie? Like you guys have definitely have creatively like grown, especially like, you know, in terms of all the gigs that you guys worked and all the lessons and the trials and tribulations you guys got through. Of course, there's plot problems on the set.
Mhm.
What set aren't there problems? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but
Skill
you got,
wise,
like,
yeah, I think we've all.
but it's a different
improved.
set of problems that you guys now have to deal with now
Sure.
being bigger filmmakers. Let's just
Right.
say bigger filmmakers. You guys are industry
Yeah.
giants in Austin.
I think the creativity is always there. I think part of it is like you become practiced at anticipating the problems.
Yeah.
And you also just become practiced at like problem solving and like and knowing what is important and what isn't. Because in the beginning it might seem like everything is important. Especially in art department. It's like, well, I need to, you know, make sure all the corners in this room are perfect and look
Right.
great. When later on you might just ask,
See a section.
you might, yeah, or you might just ask the DP. It's like, what's our world? Where are we looking? Are you going to look in this corner at all, ever? You know, and a
Mhm.
lot of it's just like, it's like having the experience to know to just ask before you do a bunch of work that's not going to be fruitful.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess the experience leads to working smarter.
Yes.
I think
Not
is-
harder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is a big thing. Working smarter and then the experience is allowing us to be. It's interesting because like when you don't know anything, it's just ignorance, and you are extremely flexible because of that. But I think what am I trying to say? With more experience, you know how to do it the right way,
Mm.
but within the confines of what it should be in terms of proper etiquette and safety and all that stuff. And you know how to get to that result a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
Before it's like a lot of trial and error. Now it's more like I go in and I'm prepared a lot more than I ever have been before. So like Fun Employment, 0 shot lists, 0 call sheets, 0 any planning whatsoever, right? To now,
Erzulie.
yeah,
sheet
I
everywhere.
had shot lists off the wazoo. Got in trouble that I had the shot list before I talked to the DP, you know? Yeah.
Along with the
But-
rest of the
and
crew,
then I
maybe.
had, planned, why people are wearing what they're wearing instead of let's just see what's in your closet. You
Yeah.
know, that was always my default answer for
Yeah.
the first 3 films I ever made was like, whatever you have in your closet, just bring it. We'll just pick it on the day, type thing. Because you can't do that when you're transcending multiple days in a script. You can't keep like that track of that. It worked miraculously for Fun Employment because there were so many days that happened within the script, and the way we shot it allowed for us to kind of figure it out chronologically type thing. But like it can't work in any other scenario where everything's so scattered in terms of the way that you shoot because it's supposed to be as efficient as possible.
And depends heavily on continuity. Yeah.
Exactly. And also I have to be even more aware of people's time now. More than ever. Before that, it was like, oh shit, we didn't shoot that. Call my friend. Hey, you want to hang out tomorrow? Let's shoot this one part real quick. It's different now. Now it's like, oh crap, that person's gone for 2 months because they're on another gig, or like, I just want a quick answer for this. It's no longer quick because to get that particular piece of prop or something, you need to like order it from something, and like it needs to be. Roxy's in LA. I have to fly people, you know, to be together and stuff like that. So it's like being very aware of, I think it's just getting old too.
God.
Time is more valuable. Like time is so valuable.
If I had a nickel for every time you people
say
bring
we're
up
old.
how old you are, I wouldn't have to work in the industry. You understand me?
But yeah,
I can fund a
time was
project
never
just
like
how
this,
many times
though.
you guys bring this shit up.
We just feel
that
we
way.
feel the age.
You
The
guys
age.
don't look it, and you guys
Oh, well,
are
thank
not.
you.
Yeah, but that's not trying to be a compliment. I'm just trying to tell you people to stop it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like before, it was time wasn't so.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm so stingy with my time, you know,
Yeah.
because it's like
Right.
that
Yeah, that's
one
true.
extra hour or two that I get means an hour or two of sleep or an hour or two of like I get to work on my projects or whatever other things I'm working on. So it's I value it so
Well,
much.
Yeah, I mean, I was even talking to her earlier about timing things out in the long run of like when I need to schedule free days in order to prep for a different project, and when I need to say yes to certain projects and no to others. You know, timing my days that way to where I'm still making money, I'm still prepping for a future project where I'm not working last minute, but I'm not saying no to stuff that's definitely going to benefit me in the long run. That's difficult. That's an art in itself of like knowing when to say yes and knowing when to say no.
Yeah, we have the luxury now to say no. We didn't really have that before. We had nothing really going on
Yeah.
in the very beginning because we were all just figuring out whether we liked it or not.
Mhm.
Honestly, we weren't making a living then.
No.
We were doing other things. What was I doing? Oh, I guess I was making a living doing Moth the Flame, but it was different. It was corporate, like commercial gigs and stuff. And I was barely surviving. But like you had a full-time job.
Yeah,
technically.
I was teaching fitness before, and then I was working in a place called 420 Science, which Adam's familiar with.
I don't know this. I don't know this.
Absolutely not.
And then I went full time doing this. Mostly. I mean, I still have a side gig doing TaskRabbit if I need to. Hopefully,
We all
I don't.
have side
Hopefully, I
hustles.
don't need to anymore.
Yeah, but it's weird because I'm like, man, we just have so little time now.
Yeah.
But it's because we're full time working.
Yeah.
Deep in the trenches of the film industry.
Mm-hmm.
But more so we've ever been. Before it was just kind of like
Well, and justifiably so. You guys work your fucking asses off for this goddamn long. Yeah, you guys should be picking up work, and rightfully so. You guys you guys are killing it now. I mean, it seems to me. I don't know what y'all's day to day is, but you guys are like the Mount Olympus in the film industry game. I'm fighting for gigs as well. I mean, I'm not like fighting tooth and nail for it, but I am still doing my other side gigs because it's I gotta pay the bills.
Gotta pay the bills. Gotta pay the bills. Yeah.
And I know I'm going to be sticking around that for a minute too, unless this podcasting thing takes off. It won't. I'm kidding. It might. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know.
never know.
You may never know.
Weird. It's like
I got to stop being self-conscious.
Get Reelisms last year. We were looking. Kelly asked me a question like, "How much did we sell last year?" I was like, "I don't know." So I looked at the spreadsheet. I was like, "Oh wow!" Like last year during Thanksgiving, we only sold 13 books. This year we sold 30. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
You just never. You don't know. You don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
It's cool to be able to reminisce and see like where you came from and to remind yourself that like to be kind to yourself sometimes. Yeah. There are, I will still have days when I feel like, am I on the right track and am I doing the right things and are we really meant to be in this? And
yeah.
just being
Oh my
tired.
God. Those are my thoughts every day.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's easy to let your brain go down that path when you think someone
else is doing so much better.
and it's been easier.
Mhm.
That I think that's one of the
Oh.
biggest thing, when it seems from the surface easier for them than it is for you.
Yeah, then you're like,
Yeah.
Then you're like, God damn it, what
I
am I doing wrong?
I already know 8-9 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
I think
I
part
get
of it is like, don't even worry about someone else. Don't even look in their direction.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
yeah,
It
Which is
just
hard.
sucks that
it's
I'm
hard.
tethered to my phone and I'm on Instagram way too much. And I see some of this
Yeah.
shit and I'm like, I just want to bite my phone in half sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I've met some people who, you know, I feel like we're at the same level, but I've talked to them and they've never worked as a PA. And I'm like, never, ever? And
Yeah.
they've never worked as a PA because they've never had
Yes.
to. And that's
And that-
fine. I worked as a PA last week.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know,
Yeah.
it kind of is what it is. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're right though. I think it's a little silly to just dwell on other people's shit when you got to deal with
Yeah.
your own, you know.
Yeah.
I do get that. And you also got to be nicer to yourself too and kind of cut yourself some slack a little bit. And that's
Yeah.
something I don't do at all. So
No, really?
yeah, no, you kidding me? Somebody's got to bust my balls. So, you know, I definitely do like try to, you know, just be appreciative of what I have already thus far, you know.
Mhm.
And the knowledge that you guys have given me thus far is more than gold to me. It's worth way more than gold. And I can't thank you both enough for teaching me so much. So much.
Your moms are proud of you.
Yes.
You've come a long way. Remember, you didn't know shit when I met you.
Didn't. No. And that was the other thing too. Like, especially starting this podcast, like I even went as far as back to like the old, like, you know, first season Fun Employment stuff. And boy, I was all over the fucking place. I was just an absolute, like, I had no idea what the fuck I was saying. Like, and I acted like and I still don't know what the fuck I'm saying, really, to be honest. But I do have some sort of an agenda. I mean, I write this shit all the fucking time for the podcast, you know. So
next on the agenda.
the next one, well, no, I just keep. So it's just like calling backs, like in case we all go tangents, which we do.
Sure.
I just,
Yeah.
you know, I write some shit down that, you know, I want to go back to, and I wrote down the shorts filmography. But we already talked about that, and you talking about art and how you got to just like keep collecting shit over the sets and over the years, and how stress equals holidays. That's what I wrote.
Stress equals holidays. Holidays equals stress.
But that's it.
That was a nice trip down memory lane.
Yes.
So an
I hope so.
unexpected trip down memory lane.
Yeah, and then, you know, it's just you two acting like as if you guys are 70 years old. You know, that's the other part of it. And you're not.
Feels like it's certain.
It's just like,
Yeah, sure does. Sure does.
my back hurts. My legs pop every time I get out of bed. I get it.
It's true.
Why am I so tired today? I haven't done anything.
By 9 o'clock, you're ready for bedtime. It is.
Speak for yourselves. Well, I'm yawning.
Yeah.
To be fair, I had to wake up very early this morning. So yeah, I just got off a plane. I got off a plane, drove over here, fulfilled 30 packages, then we're on this podcast.
30 fucking packages later. Here we are.
Here we are.
I still need to fold my laundry.
And I still haven't done my laundry either. So how about we wrap this up, you guys, so I can continue
Sounds
my
good.
laundry and Kelly can continue her laundry. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Get Reelisms podcast. Tune in next week. Get your book, get your Get Reelisms book, getreelism.com. What are you doing with your lives?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna put a code word For anybody who actually listens to this podcast.
Oh,
Let's pick one. We got to pick a code
If you've listened the whole way through, now's your chance to give us a prize.
A prize. So all you have to do is email us at getreelisms@gmail.com with this code word, and we'll give you a little something. We can't tell you what it is, but you'll get something.
Don't we have to say it in order for them to put it in the email? So,
well, I was going to say collaboratively, we can figure out what that code word is. So what's it? Memory lane.
There you go.
That's our code word.
Memory lane.
Yes, code word memory lane.
Yes.
So for all those people who took the time to listen all the way through, if you message us, memory lane, we'll send you something nice.
Yes.
So,
oh shit! You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
As an appreciation for those who care enough to listen. So.
Who listened this long. And listen, for those of you who have listened this long, let me be the first to apologize on behalf of me and Christine for the absolute abomination that was our audio for a good solid year since the beginning of the pandemic. That's not just Christine's fault, by the way. It's not just her fault. It's also my fault too, because I thought a microphone could work through a Bluetooth speaker, and it turns out you can't. So you learn the hard way, ladies and gentlemen. And now we got special microphones, and we're not
microphones
fucking around anymore.
Ish.
You know?
Yes.
And we're still a work in progress. What can you do? ErzuliFilm.com for your previous episode needs of the Get Reelisms podcast of season 3. We're still in it. We're still going strong. We're approaching the end. May 20th.
We are. We're approaching the end. Approaching the end of. Well, maybe it's the end to a new beginning. Says in Fun Employment. That was one of the lines. It's an end to a new beginning.
And maybe. I would love to do a commentary podcast for Erzulie once this shit releases.
Once it's out. Yeah, once it's out.
Once this shit releases, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Once it drops, how about we get a commentary from the entire cast and fucking crew?
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be out.
That's a lot of microphones, so I don't know logistically how that could work.
Yeah, I don't know either. The only thing that I know is that Nikki can't be drunk. She can't have a hangover. The last podcast, they were all hungover, and it was a disaster. They didn't last very long. Is what it was how the disaster was. Carly lasted because she felt bad, but everybody else showed up for 2 seconds and left. Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Oh,
yeah, they're all
okay.
hungover.
I was pretty butthurt. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little butthurt because like Nikki and Ben were just chilling there, and then I got straight into like my work and my set stuff, and Nikki just immediately got up and laughed. I was like, oh, I think I need to wrap my shit up like now.
It's not personal. We had wrapped.
This is not the Adam Chase Rennie podcast. This is not the Adam Chase Rennie experience. So this is the Get Reelisms.
We had just wrapped and had like a pre-wrap party type thing, and shit, a lot. So. Yeah.
No, I get it. No, it's totally fine. And also, I don't like hearing you either. Okay.
If we're doing the commentary, we could actively be
drinking.
It,
yes.
Oh,
yay! It's like drunk history.
A little drinking game. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say drinking game. I just said drinking.
Oh,
that's different.
Okay. Well, then never mind. Drink.
That's
we'll just get drunk. I don't drink, so I don't. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Get Reelisms podcast. Tune in next week, please, and thank you. There's something else I was gonna say.
Memory lane, guys.
Code word memory lane. Message Christine, message Kelly. Do what you gotta do, because listen, these Get Reelisms books are flying hot off the shelves. So get it now. I think that's it, you guys. So I ran out of steam, and I got to do fucking laundry.
We're good. We got to do laundry. We got to go do laundry, guys.